oh, I'm now in my comfy attire. But that's not going to make any sense because I can't post this video, which is going to be made just after I made a video where I was in like a button down, and I said it wasn't quite excitement time or boots on the ground time, but now it's time to go. But I'm going to walk through my solve. I'm going to try to keep it under 10 minutes just so I can post it on like all the platforms if I happen to be right, which is a big if. But yeah, I shouldn't waste time. So, can you find what lives in time, flowing through each measured rhyme, wisdom waits in shadowed sight for those who read these words just right. So for me, can you find what lives in time, flowing through each measured rhyme? Like I think there are two kind of standalone answers, but they also kind of mirror together. So like my answer to that is like memory. But like memory of like family ritual, and so like specifically like dad's standard time, the loading of the truck. Like I don't know how real this is, but like I started to look at like words and like double words like dad's standard time, like chunk it. So like can you find what lives in time? Dad's chunk. Then it's T, the letter T. That could be treasure, that could be Tucker, it could be Tyler, it could be Taylor. It could be tea for coffee that he drank with his little Stanley thermos cup that was attached to his hand, essentially. Like, there's a lot of things that tea could be. And then it's the word and. So T and then it's the word A, and A, and then it's the letters R and D. I mean, you could say dad's, T, and a road. Which, to me, suggests like Posey's on the road, dad's standard time, the ritual of like that midnight drive and being with Brandon in the back seat and impossible things happening. And for me, the impossible things are a guide, and specifically wisdom waits in shadowed sight for those who read these words just right. And if you think about that journey, and you think about Golden Greed, and you think about the book, and you think about just all of it. The Apache map in Gracie's Grail reveals like the Dragoon Mountains area. The book in Golden Greed and the cutscene like shows Tombstone and Lost Diggins, I think, treasure hunts, so like treasure hunting lore that's more there. Victoria Peak was mentioned, like all these places along the way to Alamogordo from Tucson are mentioned, but like the glaring thing that is never mentioned is the Gila Wilderness, and where the Dragoon Mountains are kind of their beacon or their kind of representative is like the Cochise stronghold, and that's like the stronghold where Cochise specifically like went over a decade without ever losing a battle. And I mean, I learned that because I think a light was kind of shown on that, and so because I researched that, like I'm thinking about Gracie's Grail and like what lives in time, like the map in between the beetles also literally lives in between two beetles frozen in time. So then I'm thinking, is that like a treasure map? And then I'm thinking, is there anything unique about the Gracie Grail chapter? And the answer to that is like the instructions at the end to escape, which is to lift and turn, which is kind of like doing a 180. And it just so happens that where Justin and Brandon are highlighting the ducks and the slug bug victories in the dark, like those are impossible things that happened, and they're highlighted right at like Deming, in my opinion. And Deming is one of the places that is highlighted along that journey as kind of the number one place, like via story that he talks about, kind of in that limited story. But like that area is his backyard. Like he spent a lot of time in Alamogordo, and so like Alamogordo to Tucson to Heron Lake, like that little triangle is
one would think that he would have some experiences in there, and it just so happens that the first wilderness in the United States, in the world even, is the Gila Wilderness. Just so happens that there's a river that runs from Yuma all the way to the Gila Wilderness. It just happens to be like the northern stronghold for the Chiricahua Apache, and that includes Victorio. I mean, he had moments in there where, like, I think Canyon Family lives in time. That's the most important thing. If you don't have that, you have nothing. And so for me, the more I learned about like the history in the Gila, the more I felt like it was just such a glaring omission. Like, I went to Gila, I did the one loop monument loop, or the 1 mile monument loop, 1 mile, and I swear to you, we thought dogs could come, and they can. They just have to stay in a kennel at the bottom. And we were with Pixel and Ash. I was with Pixel and Ashley, and I don't know. He was more of a puppy, so we were kind of freaked out about leaving him in the kennel. So like, she waited in the car, and I went up to the cliff dwelling, and like, as soon as I started the loop up to the left, I got like a feeling that like made me start recording, and like, it's like an eerie into like profound feeling, and like, I finished that. I'm like, that is the 1 mile. Like, that is what he meant, that you have to walk 1 mile to know that this is the right place. And I still fundamentally believe that, because he lived in Tucson and frequented Alamogordo, and he loves nature, he loves rivers, he loves lakes, he loves like all of these secret bodies of water, exploring every trail, horseback. Like, the Gila Wilderness has everything that's highlighted in Montana, everything. And for me, I feel like mirrors are a symbolic aspect of this treasure hunt, and I feel like the things that we see in Montana and Wyoming even are like mirrored in the Gila Wilderness specifically. Like, there is a lot of overlap. Like, there is a Beaverhead Lodge. Like, there's a lot of crossover words. Just a landmine, honestly, of connection points if you really dig into that area. And that's what I've been doing for 8 months, and it's a very big area, 1 million square feet, I think, or 500,000 for the wilderness. And I mean, the area spans Apache territories, is southeast Arizona, and then obviously New Mexico, still southwest, but like from a lift and turn perspective, it's almost like you're doing it diagonal, like you're almost doing like 180. Hey, and guess what highway, or guess what, when you exit Deming, you get onto highway 180. I don't know, it just felt like an interesting reinforcement that kind of, I feel like the book might help guide us with. So that's what I'm thinking. And I also think that highway leads to Silver City. If you read, for those who read these words just right, I mean, if you look into Silver City, you're going to find Dangerous Dan Tucker, which is going to make you think about Tucker, which is going to make you feel better about the area. And then you're going to really research, and then you're going to realize that this Gila Wilderness area, there's a road that's called like the Mountain Spirit Byway, or it's longer than that, but like it just has Tucker vibes, like up the wazoo, and it's like Tucker's leading us from Silver City to that area while also crossing over like with the Old West. And so for me, as we finish stanza 1, like we're in Silver City on our way to the Gila Wilderness, and that's where I'll stop video 1 and next.